Good day, pupils. Welcome to today's channel. Today I will be teaching you mathematics and we will be considering the topic place values of decimals and fractions. I repeat again, place values of decimals and fractions. The first example says, write out the place value of all the numbers in 258.138. I repeat the question again. Write out the place value of all the numbers in 258.138. So, to go to the solution, the first thing, you list out all the numbers. You list out all the numbers. That is why I list it out here. 258.138. 258.138. The first thing I want you to get is the numbers. Any numbers before decimal point is called whole numbers. What did I call it? The first number or the numbers before the decimal point is called whole numbers. Why? This is the decimal point, and the numbers after the decimal point are the decimal fractions. They are the fractions known as decimal fractions. So if you are asked to write out the place value of any number in a set of number given at all, you list it out. These are the whole numbers before the decimal point. This is the decimal point, and these are the decimal fractions. This first number is the 100. I believe you are all familiar with your 100, tens, and unit. This number, because it is 3-digit number before the decimal point. So the first number is the hundreds, the second is the tens, while the last is the units. The three numbers before the decimal point, this is the 100, this is the 10, while this is your decimal point. Why this is your decimal point? I believe you are familiar with your decimal point. Why the first number? The first number after decimal point is the tens. I repeat again, in any question, the first number after the decimal point is your tenth, while the second number after the decimal point is your hundreds. You can see the difference between the whole number and the decimal number. This one ends with th, while this one ends with s. This number, the first number after decimal point is your tenths, while the second number is your hundreds. The third number is your thousands. It goes like that. So in any question at all, if you are given like this, for example, and they ask you what is the place value of 2 in this number, it is 100. While if you are asked what is the place value of 3 in this number, it is hundreds. And if you are asked what is the place value of 8 in this number, it is thousands. So this, just know that the numbers before the decimal point are the whole numbers, while the number after the decimal point are the decimal fractions. So we are moving to another subtopic, which says expressing fractions as decimal. We want to look at how to express or to change your fractions to decimal. The first example says write 3/4 as a decimal. As you can see, this is a fraction. Write 3/4 as a decimal. The solution. Before I move to the solution, I want to tell you at your age, the appropriate method is to use a table method, because sometimes calculator may not be available. So use a table method. So you draw your table. Your numerator will come inside the table. Your numerator, that is the number at the top, is your numerator. So it will come inside the table. Why? Your denominator. The number you will use to divide is your denominator. So it will come outside the table. Your denominator will be outside, while your numerator will be inside. Then you can see my 3 is inside because it's the numerator, while my 4 is outside because it's the denominator. Then you will say, how many 4 are you going to see in 3? How many 4 are you going to see in 3? I believe you all agree with me that it is not possible, because 4 is bigger than 3. So 4 cannot go in 3. Then you write 0. You write 0. Then you multiply 0 by 4. 4 times 0 will give you 0. Then you remove 0 from 3. You are left with 3. then you add a decimal point. You put a decimal point, then you add 0. When you add 0 to your 3, it becomes 30. When you add 0 to your 3, it becomes 30. Then you will say, how many 4 are you going to see in 30? That is 7. 7 times 4 will give you 28. 7 times 4 will give you 28. If you remove 28 from 30, you are left with 2. Then you borrow 1 from here. You add it here, it becomes 10. Then 8 from 10, you are left with 2. Borrow another 0, it becomes 20. Then how many 4 are you going to see in 20? That is 5. 5 times 4 will give you 20. Then 20 from 20, you have 0, 0. Then your answer here is 0.75. That is 3 over 4 to decimal will give you is 0.75. I believe I am cleared. We are moving to the next example, which says write 6 whole number 3 over 4 as a decimal. Write 6 whole number 3 over 4 as a decimal. As you can see this question, it is a mixed fraction. It is a what? Mixed fraction. So before you can change it to decimal, so you have to take it, the first step is to take it to improper fraction. That is why it is written, first change your 6 whole number 3 over 4 to an improper fraction. Because it is a mixed fraction, so you have to change it to improper fraction before you can change it to decimal. And how do you change your mixed fraction to improper fraction? I believe you are familiar with that. You just say 6 times 5. 6 times 5 will give you 30. Plus the 3 at the top will give you 33. So your 6 whole number 3 over 5 to an improper fraction will give you 33 over 5. Then you can now change it to a decimal. And don't forget, I told you the appropriate method is to use a table method that is called a long division method. Then you draw your table. Don't forget, the number at the top, which is your numerator, will come inside the table, while the denominator will come outside. The denominator is the number you use in dividing the numerator. Then you say, how many 5 are you going to see in 33? How many 5 are you going to see in 33? That is 6. Because 6 times 5 is going to give you 30. You can see my 30 written here. If you minus 30 from 33, you are left with 3. Then you put a decimal point, you add 0. When you add 0, it becomes 30. Then how many 5 are you going to see in 30? That is 6. 6 times 5 will give you 30. 30 from 30, that is 0. So your answer here is 6.6. If you take 33 over 5 to a decimal point, will give you 6.6. I believe I am cleared, and you should be able to change a fraction to decimal. Thanks for watching. Do like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. Bye.